Like I said before, if you're in the studio for a set amount of time, like we have done in the past, you're pressurised, so you don't get the chance to put all these pieces, the extra bits you're thinking of, like maybe solos or a bit of clean guitar, a bit of atmosphere, bringing it to it. You don't get the time. In the past, at least this time, you get to put the basics down. And as the song develops, you start hearing it all coming together with the bass, the keys, the drums and things. You start hearing things and you're thinking, whoa, I can hear this guitar and I can hear that guitar, and you just keep adding and adding. So yeah, it's kind of been a eye-opening experience recording this way.
It's a completely different experience. I mean, organic, you have a relationship with the drums. I have 22 years of playing. I know I hit that drum that hard, it'll respond and sound in such a way. Digital, completely different kettle of fish, the response time, the sounds. But again, that's going to be reflected in the album, because you then, again, with studio times, you're not pressured doing it yourself of, oh, that's the sound it'll just have to do, or whatever. We can resample. That was the whole idea. That was the bit I loved about it, because that's one of the big things about the digital age. We can just get that sound, get it created, and it's consistent all the way through. And I think that'll show on the album. That was my main thing for the drums, the whole sound, the concept, everything to work with the music and be consistent, brutal and consistent from start to finish. And I think doing it digitally really did help us achieve that.
The creativity is flowing again. We're actually enjoying writing. We're enjoying coming up with new songs. You know, we can't wait to get this recorded. We can't wait to get these songs out live. It's this is a lineup now, and that's what we're looking at, and that's what we're enjoying.
It doesn't necessarily lose the soul and the flow, but it's definitely a different feeling. Like recording digitally, it doesn't capture the essence of the music, but it's easier, more efficient, and you can play around with it. So it has its plus points and its bad points, but overall, if you like it, why not do it?
For me, it didn't really affect that side of it too much. Where things kind of came into their own a bit was with being able to adapt the sounds afterwards, and making a lot of changes rather than what I've done before, which is build your sounds and then play it, and apart from a few little tweaks, that's basically it.
So the set's fantastic. The old songs sounding great. The new songs are sounding great. We're really enjoying practice at the moment because we're blending them both together. So it's a big thing for us to get these new songs out. We can't wait to actually get the album out and start gigging and touring that properly. But I mean, you can talk about all lineups and iconic lineups, and of course you do. That was the era, and that's what happened. But you know, bands move on. It's 2013 now, and we've got a new lineup, and it's a lineup that fits perfectly with what we do, and it fits perfectly with the way we're writing. We're already writing new stuff with this lineup, and it's sounding really good. There's a lot of energy. It's just high tempo all the way through.
Coming from the background I have to the changes with being a part of the band, that has been very rewarding, but it's also been quite difficult. Having a classically trained background, you're essentially playing other people's stuff. Now, for learning the back catalogue of Hecate, that was great. You know, I was able very quickly to play it to a good enough standard for gigging. With regards to writing new stuff, that was obviously a blank slate, completely different, quite difficult. But it was also very interesting to see the way that the writing process changed, or just the different ways it came about.
Well, if I'm playing live, I'll go for warm-ups, actually sing. If I'm recording, I'll just wake up and start singing because I'll warm up eventually anyway. And well, when you're singing live, it's a lot more about giving everything to a performance and kind of making sure the audience feels what you're singing. Whereas with like recording. It's a lot more about just hitting notes and making specific sounds and doing everything as best as you can, rather than like haphazardly just attacking everything.
It has its very own different vibe, you know, and each song is individual. I don't think we've ever tried to write songs that sound specific to one genre, even though it is, you know. But I'd like a song to be a song, not an album full of songs which sound the same, you know. And I think in this album we do that pretty well.
The old stuff's just sounding amazing. We haven't had to change anything because they're just killing them. They're killing all the old tracks. I mean, it's, you know, we're very sort of proud of our heritage and our old songs and the entire back catalogue, and we want to keep them the same because that's how our fans know them. That's how we know them, and that's exactly what Gareth and Ellis have done. They're playing them as they are, and they're showing, you know, suitable respect to the people that have come before them.